Good afternoon, fellow conservatives. I am so excited to be here with you today as the conference chair of the new House Republican majority. Thank you, America, for firing Nancy Pelosi once and for all. In just 2 short years under far-left single-party Democrat rule, America has faced crisis after crisis. Inflation has skyrocketed to the highest rate in my lifetime, crushing hardworking families, small businesses, farms, and seniors. Families now have to choose between filling up their gas tanks, heating their homes, or putting food on the table because of Bidenflation and Joe Biden's war on American energy independence. Violent crime is rampant, not just in big cities, but in suburbs and small towns as well, as Democrats continue to push their radical defund the police policies and rhetoric. We've seen Joe Biden has shamefully turned his back on our Border Patrol agents as America faces a border crisis, not just with our southern border, but our northern border wide open as well, with millions of illegals and deadly fentanyl pouring across. Our national debt is more than $31 trillion. Yet Joe Biden and the far-left socialists, they want a blank check to continue to spend our hard-earned taxpayer dollars on wasteful, woke programs. Foreign money from communist China and Russia has flowed to the Biden crime family, while the stenographers in the mainstream media turn a blind eye to it. And America is seeing Joe Biden's corrupt DOJ and FBI fully weaponized as they label parents domestic terrorists, as they conducted an unprecedented and illegal raid on President Trump's home, and illegally paid Twitter $3 million to suppress stories, such as the Hunter Biden laptop story, all for the political benefit and purpose of electing Democrats. Our House Republican majority is the last backstop to save America and the only check on Joe Biden, and we have hit the ground running. On day one, we voted to defund and fire Joe Biden's army of IRS agents. 87,000 IRS agents, you're fired. We reopened the People's House from Nancy Pelosi's authoritarian and unconstitutional regime. We voted to end unconstitutional and destructive COVID-19 mandates. Speaker McCarthy removed corrupt Adam Schiff and the communist Chinese compromised Eric Swalwell from the House Intelligence Committee. And House Republicans made sure that Ilhan Omar can no longer spew her vile anti-Semitism from the Foreign Affairs Committee. We, the American people, and House Republicans will always proudly stand with Israel. House Republicans established the Select Committee on Communist China to expose and combat this grave threat across our country. We launched the Select Subcommittee on the COVID pandemic to continue to dig into what we all knew was the truth 3 years ago, what we were viciously smeared by the mainstream media for saying, and what Fauci lied under oath about, that COVID came from a communist Chinese lab. We are proud to be the party of parents. We introduced the Parents' Bill of Rights to ensure that parents, not radical leftists or Washington bureaucrats, that parents are in the driver's seat when it comes to their child's education. And just this week, we passed my Rein in Inflation Act to hold Joe Biden accountable for his reckless spending and executive orders that have caused prices to skyrocket and inflation to surge. And yes, we established and are hard at work on the Select Committee on the weaponization of the federal government to take on the deep state, to expose the rampant corruption in Joe Biden's DOJ and FBI, and to protect our fundamental constitutional rights, which have been under attack for far too long from corrupt federal bureaucracies and bureaucrats. This Select Committee is important. It will do some of the most important work in this Congress, because there is a systemic rot and dangerous politicization in the culture and the leadership of not only the FBI, but other agencies, and it needs to be rooted out. Just look at the dangerous and un-American list of abuses. You have Joe Biden's Department of Justice illegally targeting parents as domestic terrorists just because those parents stood up for their kids at school board meetings. You have the FBI unconstitutionally opening Crossfire Hurricane to target and spy on President Trump in an attempt to suppress the will of the American people. You have the faulty FISA application used to illegally spy on President Trump's campaign, which they lied about, and I was proud to help expose on the House Intelligence Committee. And of course, we have the Twitter files and the FBI's illegal suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop story, shamelessly using millions of taxpayer dollars. I will say that again. We, the American people, unknowingly picked up the tab for the FBI to pay Twitter to interfere in the 2020 election on behalf of Joe Biden. It's un-American, and we will hold them accountable. House Republicans are proud every day that under Chairman Jim Jordan's leadership, this subcommittee has issued more subpoenas than any other committee combined, and we are just getting started. Friends, we the people know that the fabric of America is under attack. It's under attack by the radical left, their loyal stenographers in the mainstream media, and the failed and corrupt leadership of Joe Biden and today's Socialist Democrat Party. We need patriots like you across America to save our great republic. And this will be one of the toughest fights we face. Believe me, I know firsthand that the left, the entire corrupt Democrat ecosystem, and vicious never-Trumpers will smear, threaten, cancel, lie, and do anything to try to silence us and suppress the will of the American people. But the American people are smart. We see past the left's politics of personal destruction. We have exposed the corrupt and complicit mainstream media, and we must take our country back in 2024 by re-electing President Donald J. Trump. And while I'm certainly honored to serve as the House Republican Conference Chair, my proudest title is Mom. And as the newest mom in Congress to my one-year-old Sam, I know that nothing is more important than saving the American dream for the next generation. And I know how important this movement is because of where I come from, my home. I was born and raised in upstate New York and the North Country, where we are proudly America first. We are the cradle of the American Revolution, where almost 250 years ago, brave patriots fought in the battles of Saratoga to turn the tide of the Revolutionary War. It's where 43 years ago, some of you may remember this or may have watched it live on TV at the Olympics in Lake Placid, a team of American amateur hockey players out-hustled, out-skated, and defeated the communist Soviet Union, stunning the world and giving us the unforgettable Miracle on Ice. And today, we are the proud home of Fort Drum and the historic 10th Mountain Division, one of the most deployed units in the U.S. Army since 9/11. And to the people of my district in upstate New York, I am so humbled and grateful each and every day to represent you and your families. We unabashedly love America in upstate New York. We must work together to save America, and we must win, and we will win. Thank you very much, great patriots, for being here. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.